Ilona Maher is exposing the fitness industry and growing women's sports all at the same time.
I'm on SNL and you're not.
She is now the most followed rugby player, and that includes men and women. A new world record for attendance at women's rugby matches was set with 66,000 spectators, and I think a fair amount of this has to do with Ilona. I certainly tuned in to watch the rugby sevens, and I know a lot of other people did because they follow her, and many of us have been absolutely addicted and so thankful that we started watching it. As Stella says, this is how you grow a sport. You get them hooked on an athlete and their stories, and then they convert into fans of the sport as a whole. The reason Ilona is so famous is not because of how amazing she is at rugby, it's because of the things that she calls out within the fitness industry and like wider beauty standards. She's an elite athlete and openly talks about having cellulite on her legs, just as 99% of the female population do.
I can't believe I have cellulite. It's so gross and unnatural. It's so embarrassed to have it. Okay, that's my leg. This is my leg from a past rugby tournament. I am a literal Olympian. I'm a professional athlete. I run all day long. I lift weights all day long, constantly, and that is what my legs still look like. I have cellulite everywhere. It is completely normal, completely natural. It does not take away from your athletic ability or how fast or how fit you are. It's just something that's part of your body. We all have it.
This flies in the face of what is expected of us within the fitness industry. The typical beauty standard is to be super lean with no body fat, no cellulite or visible imperfections. And Ilona shows that true athletes actually do have all of these normal parts of bodies that we are supposed to have as women. Cellulite is literally just the way your fat is structured. She's also spoke on the topic of BMI. I think a lot of us have experienced our BMI being brought up when we were in school, and for me this is one of the biggest causes of my eating disorder.
Hi, thank you for this comment. I think you were trying to roast me, but this is actually a fact. I do have a BMI of 30. Well, 29.3 to be more exact. I've been considered overweight my whole life. In middle school, elementary school, high school, I was always considered overweight. I remember vividly one time in high school, I did turn in the physical to the office, and right at the bottom of the page it said overweight. And I was so embarrassed to turn that in and to have that written there. So my whole life I've been this way. I chatted with my dietitian because I go off of, facts and not just what pops up here, like you do. And we talked about BMI, and we talked about how it really isn't helpful for athletes. BMI doesn't tell you much. It just tells you what your height and weight and what that equals. I've said it before, I'm 5'10", 200 pounds. And I have about, and this is an estimate, but about 170 pounds of lean mass on me. Do that math in your head, you probably can't. That's pretty crazy, right? And that BMI doesn't really tell you what I can do. It doesn't tell you what I do on the field, how fit I am. It's just a couple numbers put together. It doesn't tell you how much muscle I have or anything like that. So, yeah, I do have a BMI of 30. I am considered overweight. But alas, I'm going to the Olympics and you're not.
She is slightly taller than me and has a BMI of just under 30, and she weighs 200 pounds. And this is the problem. Athletes of any level are missed out. If you have any amount of muscle mass, BMI just isn't going to work for you. And this is why people love her, because when we think about what an athlete should look like, we often think of the fitness models that brands use to advertise their sports clothing. And if you've tuned into the Olympics at all, you'll know that athletes come in all different body shapes and sizes. And Ilona really touches on this within her content, where she shows her body and shows that it doesn't fit the beauty standards that are portrayed within the fitness industry.
Hey everyone, just your monthly reminder, this is the body of a professional athlete. This is the body of an Olympian. It's not perfect, it's not completely lean, it's not completely toned, but this body is amazing and it does amazing things for me. And there isn't one body type for female athletes or for women. So today I want you all to look in the mirror, appreciate what you got, realize what it does for you, and remember you're beautiful. Alright, see ya.
It does not fit what we think a fit body should look like, and she is literally an Olympic athlete. And I've spoken to other Olympians and heard them say, I don't think I look like an athlete, which absolutely blows my mind. The US team's kit is all made by Skims, and she pokes fun at the beauty standards set by these mannequins.
A little crazy to use my perfect body type as the mannequin. How are they gonna do that? How are they gonna do me like that and just make me a mannequin? That's crazy.
She also has big shoulders, and she's quite proud of that fact, and is somebody that had big shoulders growing up. I used to feel really insecure about that, and we're made to feel like having big shoulders is masculine and that as a woman that we shouldn't have that. The reason she is so popular is she's encouraged so many women to embrace all of these perceived flaws that we have. And within fitness, especially at the moment, there are massive trends that are against eating carbohydrates.
I think there's some misconceptions around what athletes eat. We eat a lot of carbs. I got 3 forms of carbs on my plate right now. A bread roll, a croissant, a crepe. Fuel up. Don't stay hungry.
But she openly eats carbs and tells her audience to fuel their body for the sports that they play. She showcases life as a real athlete and what that actually looks like in all forms. And I think many women like me are inspired by that, and it makes us realise that fitness and athleticism is not exactly what brands portray. Fitness comes in all different body types, and she literally proves that. One of the biggest, most popular anti-carb diets that are out there at the moment is the carnivore diet. And it is absolutely terrible for anybody that is an elite athlete or an athlete in any capacity. If you'd like to hear more about my opinion on that, then watch this video next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!